They are doing it the wrong way. That's why people fail. There are things that convert possibilities to reality. That something is possible does not need to happen. Every tree can make you.
Ladies and gentlemen, imagine being able to live the life of your dreams.
You can't rush destiny. You can't rush greatness. You can't overmake greatness. That's why among great food, Indomie is not inside. The simple truth is that everything good takes time. Time is important. Time is the most significant word in the word process. So they say in the process of time came and Abel came. In the process of time, meaning they won't be processed if there's no time. Take time to build whatever you are building. Time is vital.
Not every information out there is what you need. They may be correct, they may be right, but you may not need. You are not going to engage in every financial information you have heard. Some will be out of your reach. Some will not be easy to apply in your circumstances. But the basic thing is that you must come to terms with the fact that when it comes to wealth, when it comes to prosperity, when it comes to riches, there are fundamentals. And all I tried to do in July was to establish these fundamentals. Tonight, I'm going to just use the opportunity to just again emphasize some fundamentals. For me, they are the two major fundamentals. When we started this money series, we said that it is important for you to have money and that it is very, very useful. I remember saying to you that money is very, very useful and that money is only as useful as what it can buy. I repeat, money is very, very useful, but it is only as useful as what it can buy. I said to you that none of us is wearing money, but we are wearing what our money can buy. And because we are wearing what our money can buy, and we don't all have the same amount or equal amount of money, some of us are wearing something better than what others are able to wear. The same way with what we drive, the same way with what we eat, the same way with where we live. Some of us are living where we can afford rent. Some of us are living where we can build a house. The bottom line is this: money is as useful as what it can buy. The moment money can no longer buy anything, it becomes useless. The moment money cannot buy anything, it becomes useless. So, money derives its power from its ability to meet our needs. From its ability to meet our needs. So that's the most important thing. I also said that we don't create money, we only collect them. Money is created by government. And you are not the government. And for us, we came to meet whatever money has been created already. Our job is to position ourselves to collect our portion. I also said that our portion is not determined by our being citizens of that country. So it's not because you are a citizen of that country that you are entitled to the money in that economy. It's not because you are in Nigeria that you are entitled to Naira. So when it comes to money, there's no entitlement. So Nigeria has Naira, America has dollar, UK has pound sterling, yet you must be positioned to collect your portion. The total money in circulation is in circulation for all. The total money in circulation is in circulation for all. It does not belong to anyone. It belongs to every one of us, but we can only take as much as we can by our ability to position ourselves. I also said that we position ourselves by our ability to create value. I said this money is collected by exchange and by the exchange of value. Money is always in a hurry to pursue value. Money is always eager to spend the day where value is. Wherever there is value, there will be money. So you need to create value and position that value for you to take your portion of the money in the economy of this nation. You can even position yourself and take a portion from another economy. Today, my course is selling both in African country, in UK, I have positioned myself and I'm taking money from other economies. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is essential. That's essential. That's the video I did in day one. And I said to you that it doesn't matter what your position is in life. Everyone can be rich, but not everyone will be. Anyone can be rich, but not everyone will be. Because to make money, to become rich, you must first become valuable. You must first become one who creates value. And when we talk about value, remember I said it means solutions that you are creating. Solutions that you are creating, or solutions that others have created that you are selling. These things are very, very key. I'm trying to just tell you the things that matter when it comes to these money things, and you can go right ahead and begin to do the necessary things you need to do. I got a text message yesterday from a lady that I scolded, I challenged, and I told her to pursue a particular way. And today she made a post, and I was reading it, I was laughing. And her description is that I'm no longer a broke girl. Sir, you can stop being continually broke. Sir, you can stop being perpetually broke. You don't have to be consistent in being broke. At least be consistent in something good, not in being broke. I'm saying it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you are doing. You can collect your portion of the money in circulation. It's not first about your location. It's about your value. It is not first about your location. It is about your value. These are basics. So tonight I want to stress another matter. And this matter I want to stress is about the two major pillars when it comes to creating wealth. There are two major pillars when it comes to creating wealth. And pillar number one is the pillar of making money. Pillar number two is the pillar of managing money. What many of us do not know is that making money does not equal wealth. There are a lot of you who have made money before, but you are broke. So that you are making money does not equal that you are wealthy. But you cannot be wealthy until you begin by making money. So these are two pillars. The first pillar is making money. When we talk about making money, we're talking about how you earn money. We're talking about your ability to earn money. We're talking about your ability to earn income. Until you start to earn money, until you start to make money, you will not beat poverty. It is making money that will make you beat poverty. It is making money that eliminates consistent lack. Making money eliminates consistent lack. Perpetual lack. I did not say making money equals to wealth. I said making money eliminates poverty. You have to eliminate poverty first before you can start creating wealth. You have to conquer poverty before you begin to build wealth. So when we talk about the first pillar, we're talking about how you earn money. We are also talking about how you create value. Remember I said that you earn money by creating value. So you earn money by dispensing value that either you created or somebody else created it and you are selling it. That I created a course does not mean I'm going to make money from the course. Until I started selling the course, I did not start making money from the course. So creating value does not equal to creating wealth. It only puts you in a position, a better position to create wealth. But when we are talking about creating value, we're talking about being in the position to earn money. Being in the position to earn money. When we are talking about making money, we're talking about productivity. How you turn inputs into outputs efficiently. You know, you may have knowledge as an input. How do you turn it for it to become something someone can buy? You may have the ability to do something. How do you make it something somebody needs? That's the first pillar. And when you look at the first pillar, there are 4 legitimate ways of earning money globally accepted. Globally accepted. There are a lot of people who have money that didn't earn it through these 4 means. We're not talking about those kind of people. Because while you are listening to me today, some of you have already made up your mind saying things like, it doesn't even matter how I make the money. All I want is money. Stop talking like that. Stop talking like that. Stop talking like that. Don't do that. That is why I don't like money conversations where you hear statements like, you just have to do anything whatsoever. Just make sure you're not poor. That's not a good message. It's not a good message. You can't tell people to do whatever it takes. Tell people to do what is necessary. Tell people to do what is required. tell people to do what is legitimate. You can't say anything. As long as you are rich, it doesn't matter. No, sir. In this life, it is no longer the end justifies the means. Ladies and gentlemen, for us to call you rich in this generation, we have to know your needs. The end is that you have money, but we're not going to call you rich until we know that you didn't steal it, until we know that you didn't defraud somebody, until we know that you are not making it using obscene ways. So there are 4 ways. You can study more about it. It's in books. I'm saying 4 legitimate and approved ways. Robert Kiyosaki taught it. The first way is a job. You earn money by getting a job. So if you are here and you are consistently broke, go and get a job. Does that mean people with jobs are not broke? There are a lot of people with jobs that are also very broke. But I'm saying, getting a job puts you in the position to earning some income. And I'm talking about earning income now. I'm not talking about how much you are earning. I'm not talking about the volume. I'm talking about the fact that you are earning some income. And I've heard people say, that have you ever seen a rich man that is a salary earner? Yes. There are salary and there are salary. Oga, there is salary and there is salary. We are not talking minimum wage. There are people who earn 20 million per month. There are people who earn 30 million per month. There are people who earn 50 million per month. So you need to understand. And when people are working, stop making them look down on their job. Because you are making money through a skill does not make people who have jobs look stupid. Stop talking like that. That you are making money from a skill doesn't make you better than the person making money from a job. There are people with jobs that earn so much more than people with skill. And there are people with skill that earn so much more than people with jobs. The issue here is, how are you earning your income? It's not about competition. You know, Gen Zs, you are quick to pick what works for you and use it to judge everybody else that is not doing that. Or you are using it to sell a platform, or sell a program, or sell something. Oh, I made my wealth by work first. It was salary that gave me the seed to do the things I did. Yes, I had to earn money other ways, but the job set the door. The job opened the door and set the ball rolling. For somebody here, it's a job that may change your life. For somebody here, a job may set the motion for your being wealthy. If you lack a job, get a job. Number 2 is a skill. The difference between somebody with a job and somebody with a skill is that the person with the skill owns the job. That's the difference. And the person with a job is working for somebody else. That's all. It's not any... Because if you're a skillful person, you have to be physically present for your skill to be executed. You have to sell the same product as the man that goes to work to earn your money. So the difference there is just the ownership of the job. You are the one that owns the job. So you determine what you charge. Scale. There are barbers that charge 2K. There are barbers that charge 10K. There are barbers that charge 50K. There are tailors. You know them, Vicky James and the rest. For them to do a dress for you, they charge you blood money. But there are some of you, when you were small, you say, God forbid, I won't be a tailor. Today, Vicky James is your role model. There are people who sell a product that some of us underrated that it has made them rich. There are rich plumbers. There are rich carpenters. One of my mentors calls himself a rich carpenter. He's a carpenter. He owns a furniture company. Furniture production, not importation, furniture production. He calls himself a rich carpenter. Even me, I no see the kind of money we get. That's why he calls himself a carpenter. But some of you, when you were going to school, you swore, God forbid, me at the good school, no, I can't be a carpenter. I can't be a barber. I can't be this thing. Oh boy, na person they cut down go hair. Na person they cut Pastor Adeboye hair. You never even see Pastor Adeboye or Dangote, but person they wearing only skin ababi. That's how he has access to their head. My brother, learn a skill so that you can have access to people who have need. It can be digital skill, which is important in this generation. Get a digital skill. Edit videos. Coding. Data science. Website design. Get skills. Public speaking skills. Selling skill. That's true. Number 3, it's a business. You see, sometimes we call a business what a business is not. A business is a structure or a system that leverages other people's time and skill. A business is a system or a structure that leverages on other people's time and skill. So it's a business because it is using people. It is a business because without the owner, it functions. It's a business because it has to be a machinery on its own. So it has to have a structure that leverages skill and time of others, not your own, other people. So your job as a business owner is creating a platform where people bring time and skill for you to produce the value that you want. So it is people that are producing the value. You create a platform. So that you're selling with on doesn't mean you're a business. You're in business when you have a with on shop and you have a structure that if you don't go to work tomorrow, somebody goes and makes the money for you. Because a business is a system that works without the owner. Always remember that. That's what makes it a business. Structure, leverage. Those 2 words makes it a business. And number 4 is investment. Now, for example, when you want to say business, for example, GT Bank is a business. For example, Dangote Group is a business. For example, Bua Group. It's a business. Your skill can turn to a business if you set up a structure and you leverage the skill. There's a salon in Kaduna, I've forgotten their name. They only function in malls. And that's a business. Why? The owner does not come here. The owner is not here. He has several branches. He's not even living in Nigeria. But there's a system that leverages the skill of some people and the time of some people. So somebody brings his skill and his time to come and help him make money. That's a business. The people who own GTB don't necessarily work in GTB. Dangote can go for a 3 years holiday. His company will still work. Very important. Number 4, investment. Investment. I'm talking about the first pillar. How do you make money? You are either making money from a job, you are either making money from a skill, you are making money from a business, or you are making money from an investment. An investment is when you use money to make more money. An investment is when you use money to make more money. So, for example, you have money, you build 2-bedroom flats, 5 of it with your money. Now, the 2-bedroom flats are giving you 1 million. So every year, you are making money from that money that you spent. So your first money bought you an asset. Your asset continues to give you money for the rest of your life. And if you sell it, it will give you much more than you invested. So investment is how money is multiplied by the use of money. I remember when I began to grow in my career, I was advised, and then I began to buy assets. I remember I wanted to go and buy a car one day, and my friend was scolding me. You have a car already. You just got married last year. What do you need a second car for? And what do you need a big car for? You know, he was talking. Me, I felt he was just beefing me. No, he was a wise guy. That was the guy that led me to buy my first house 14 years ago. In 2010, precisely February 10th, I bought that house. Because of a friend's advice. Money I wanted to use to buy a car became a major part of the money that I used to buy a house. And after I bought that house, I started seeing a lot of people in the cars that don't have a house. And I became grateful to that friend. May you have a friend that will stop you from joining the generation of foolish people. You know, when you invest in a tool, it's an investment. It's not a waste. You must understand what the tool of your trade is. What are you using to make money is a tool. For some of you here, it's a phone. If phone is how you are making your money, you need a good phone. If laptop is how you are making your money, you need a good one. You can't be making money and using tools that are bad. It's like a barber that has useless clippers. No. Your case may not be like his case. Your case, you may have to buy that tool to meet the standard of work that you need to deliver to earn more money. Investment is when you are using money to make more money. Okay. Pillar number 2, managing money. So if you are following me, you will know I'm just trying to make a system. So you are either today going to get a job, or you are going to get a skill, or you are going to start a business, or you are going to invest. That's how you earn income. Yahoo is a way of earning money, but it is not a legitimate way. So it cannot be added into this list. MMM cannot be added to this list. Why? Because somebody is behind a machinery with only one intention: to destroy other people. Fraud is not a legitimate way of earning money. Hook up is not a legitimate way of earning money. That you are doing it and is making you rich. I know some girls have come online and said they are sleeping with men that has made them rich. They don't care what anybody thinks. Everybody's using what he has to get money. They are using their body to get money. No problem whatsoever. It's not a legitimate way. It's not a legitimate way. If not because we're in a generation whereby we speak of that which we should be ashamed of publicly. If not that we're in a generation that we are bold in being foolish. If not that we're in a generation that has a high disregard for virtue, we shouldn't be having this conversation. I have heard young men have come to tell me how they need to make this money because their friends are doing this and doing that to make money. I said, if your friend is doing something wrong and is oppressing you, your friend doesn't have a problem. You have a problem. How do you know somebody is doing Yahoo and is oppressing you? You don't make sense. That means you have a problem. That means you don't have a healthy system of your life, of being. So when we are saying this, we're talking about legitimate. Go and get a good job. Go and learn a good skill. There are skills that don't require jobs. You can create, you can learn that skill by yourself and engage. You can learn affiliate marketing and join a mercenary or a system or a group and begin to earn money. You don't have to apply to anyone. You just need to learn the skill. So that's making money. That's how you beat poverty, by making money. But ladies and gentlemen, that you are beating poverty does not mean you are rich yet. You know, they say there are rich, there is poor, and there's average. Now, average people are people who beat poverty, but they too cannot stand. You know, there's a fight you will fight. You will win the fight, but both of you will lie down on the ground and you are taking fresh air. That's what happens. When you are average, that's how your life is. You are struggling to take some bread because you barely survived the fight. So what does managing money is? Managing money is all about how you use money. Now listen to what I'm about to say. People are rich not because they make money, but because they know how to use money. Wealth is a product of management. Wealth is a product of healthy management of money. Making money is the first step. Managing money is the major step. How you use the money you are making will determine if you will be rich or if you will be poor. There are some of you, as I'm talking, you have a job. There are some of you, as I'm talking, you have a skill. There are some of you, as I'm talking, you have a business. There are some of you, as I'm talking, you even have small investment. Yet you are excessively broke. It is no longer the issue of making money. Your problem is managing money. Wealth is a product of management. How do you manage your money? When we talk about use of money, we're talking about what do you spend your money on? This money that you went to work to gather, what are you spending it on? This money that you have served men to gather, what are you using it for? It is your ability to manage money that guarantees consistent supply of money. If you want to guarantee consistent supply of money in your life, you must first of all become skillful in managing your money. A lot of you are listening to me. You have made money before, but you wasted it. You are broke. A lot of you listening to me, if you have heard what I'm saying a long time ago, or you have somebody who can guide you, you would have become extremely financially successful. But you are not, because you thought that the money you made is for shining, that the money you made is for showing, that the money you made is for steals. You have steals and now you're broke. Well done. I hear you speak. I don't just wear any kind of trouser. I wear labels. Sonny, I am ever. until you are financially independent. Stay away from branded clothes. They don't make you any much wiser or valuable. They make you look rich, but it doesn't make you anything. That you are looking rich doesn't mean you are rich. Every time you are wearing shirts that has a big logo, Dolce & Gabbana. Okay, now we know that you are wearing Dolce & Gabbana. What does it change? Wasting money. You have to use an iPhone because your friends are doing that. How are you using this money that you are suffering to make? Some of you go to work Monday to Friday and you do club Friday to Sunday. The same money you suffered, the same money they insulted you on, the same money somebody's oppressing you for, you take it and just waste it on weekends. You look forward to weekend to waste the money that can guarantee your children's future. I was once like that. I was once like that. Thank God for a good friend that once told me that it doesn't matter the kind of car you are driving. If you are not rich, the kind of car you are driving won't save you from the mockeries of men. Thank God I took that advice. I may not have a car to drive. I'm not broke. I do not beg to eat. I do not beg to clothe. Regulated use. When we talk about management, we're talking about the regulated use of your income. When we're talking about management, we're talking about your ability to have control on how the money in your life goes out of your life. When we're talking about management, we're talking about your ability to plan your money. Some of you have to start budgeting from today. You have to start using a budget. As I round up, this pillar is so fundamental. So how do you use money? If you are working and you are earning money, how do you use money? Number one, save some money. Let there be a percentage of money that is saved from every earning. That's what the richest man in Babylon taught us. That we should at least keep 10% of all that we have earned. At least 10%. And I say 10% is not enough. At least do 20%. At least do 20%. Number two, if you are saving, learn to sow your money. Oh, somebody just says, oh, thank you, Lord. As I say, sowing it, I just open. Those of you that we are from the same faith, you say, okay, I've always known that the way I'm sowing, I'll be rich one day. Oga, that's not what I said. Wait, let me finish the word sowing. The word sowing is an agricultural term for investment. So what I mean is invest some money. Don't be shouting. Invest some money. Put money aside for the singular purpose of investing. Start saving to buy that land. When we are talking about investment, we are saying put money aside to buy only assets. Put out, you are a graphic designer, you are a website designer, you are a video editor. Put money aside and buy a good laptop. That's an investment. Not the one that you are finished designing and you are trying to transport the design from one laptop to another or from flash to another, or you are trying to send to the owner. And you started sending it on Monday, it has not arrived next week Monday. Because your laptop is broke. Your laptop is sick. Invest. Invest. Ecclesiastes chapter 11 says, sow in 7 and even in 8, for you don't know which one will grow. I'm saying this, that not every investment will even prosper you, but you will never prosper without investment. Not every investment will prosper you, but you will never prosper without investment. It will take investment to multiply your income. Save some, sow some. Another way to use money is share some. Oh, people don't like this one. Sharing means giving others. There are people that are not as privileged as you are. Give to them. There are people that have needs that are legitimate around you, and you have something, give them. And giving is a powerful force. Giving is a powerful force. I'm talking about how to use your income. You save some. You invest some. You share some with someone. What does sharing mean? Become responsible for solving a major problem in the life of somebody. Become a major investor in the life of somebody. Be the reason why somebody no longer have that particular problem. Send somebody to school. End somebody's accommodation problem. End somebody's nakedness. Give to some. Another way is to spend some. Let me tell you, whether you like it or not, spending is a major use of money. Actually, money is meant to be spent. Whether you are investing, whether you are giving to others, you are spending money. The difference here is that in 4 categories, you are only spending 1 category. 3 categories is putting money ahead of you. When you keep money, it will be useful tomorrow. When you invest money, it will be useful tomorrow. When you give to others, it will be useful tomorrow. It is true that it will be give, it will be given to you. It is true, sir. Number 4 is spend. Enjoy your money. When we say spend some money, we mean enjoy your money. Stop feeling guilty. Stop feeling guilty for your ability to enjoy money that you legitimately earn. Stop feeling guilty. Give yourself sometime a good treat. One way to show gratitude to God is by enjoying what He gave you. When I was much younger, the way I celebrate my financial goals is I take my family and I travel abroad. That was my way of celebrating financial goals. Once I hit a financial goal, I take my family out of the country for a while. That was my way. That was my way of telling myself, Elisha, well done. And by the time I return, nobody reminds me that I need to work twice as hard to make the next trip. Buy yourself a fine shirt. I didn't say label. I didn't say designer. I said buy yourself a fine shirt. Buy yourself a fine shoe. Stop wearing shoe that does not allow us have your correct height. One shoe has chopped. So today if you stand, your height will be 5.9 meters. Tomorrow is 6.1 meters. Your life no balance. I better change that shoe. Change that shoe. Change that white shirt that under your armpit is now yellow. No matter the washing machine and soap you are using, the yellow has not gone to change it. It's not. Enjoy your money. Enjoy your money. It's part of it. It is part of the legitimate use of money. Enjoying your money is a legitimate use. Don't let people make you feel guilty because God blessed you. Why? Why are you guilty? When you were poor, were you guilty that you are poor? Why are you guilty that you are rich? What the hell are we talking about? We're in a generation where people take it upon themselves to harass the rich, We're in a generation where people take it upon themselves to insult the rich. No, sir. I will never apologize for my success. I will never apologize for being blessed. Why? I never apologized when poverty was messing me up. I didn't apologize when I didn't have self-esteem because I came from a poor family. I didn't apologize when I couldn't raise my voice in certain rooms because I was the poorest in that room. And then today, that something good is happening to me, I'll now be feeling guilty because something good has not happened to you. Although you're joking. You are joking. You are joking. Don't let people intimidate you for what you have worked hard for. Never apologize for being blessed. It is the work of grace and labor. Don't apologize for it. If you are a thief, you can apologize because it's people's money. If you are a fraudulent person, you can apologize because it's people's money. But if you are having a job, if you are using a skill, if you have established a healthy business, and if you are making money from an investment, don't apologize for being a success. Tonight, I have presented before you a very, 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 very simple curriculum. Understanding how money works, and then the two major pillars. Your job now is to settle down now. How am I going to be making money from today? Out of these 4 ways, pick one and start, but don't stop there. If you have a skill, turn it to a business. If that skill is giving you money, buy an asset. Investment is about buying an asset. I stopped working in 2016. That is over 8 years ago. But my assets are sustaining me. And don't forget, I have developed new skill. I left 9 to 5 and I ventured into public speaking. And I ventured into coaching. I'm earning new money from coaching and from public speaking. But my old money has bought me lands in some places and have built me 1 or 2 things I'm collecting rent. I am saying to you, if you are wise, you can earn money from these 4 ways. You can earn money from these 4 ways. But for you to earn money more than one means, it simply means you have a good management style. It was Dr. Miles Monroe who said that only what is managed well multiplies. And I'm saying to you, the reason why you are not having more money is because you have been managing old money. Some of you don't need new money. You need to learn to manage old money. I close with this statement. Some of us do not need new money. We only need to learn how to manage old money. The new money we seek is wrapped up in the old money we are mismanaging. So what are you buying with your money? Are you using your money to buy liabilities? Are you using your money to just keep accumulating liabilities in your life? Or you are using your money to buy assets?